first today. Titan X is first today. The Xenians let the Titan in come through and be first. Currently sponsored by Puffco. Again, unofficial sponsor. No sponsor. Get a bubbly. Today's Wednesday, y'all. It's motherfucking Wednesday. It is a chill crypto stream. It's a chill crypto stream. That unemployed friend on a Wednesday. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm not unemployed, but I make it happen, Captain. That's what I do. Don't fade them titties. I'm fading them titties, man. Unfortunately, I'm just too real of a Xenian. I've chose the side of like, I'm gonna have to go hard for the Zen forever, you know. Unfortunately, for those that want me to brag about your coin, I've officially, you know, we're going to the end with this one. To the end. So all that other shit, fuck that shit. What up, Lita? 42069. No offense though, you know, root for whatever you want to root for, man. But that's why, again, this is a Zen channel. You come here for the Zen Alpha. I've been looking at YouTubes, man. I've been looking at the YouTubes. I got the cape on today. Zen cape. Some Zen merchandise in the link in the description if it's still alive. I don't know. Shout out to the bro though for giving it to me. Got the Zen cape on. But what's up, y'all? This your boy Crypto Bruh, aka Mo World Peace, the DJ / producer, coming back again with another one about that crypto, man. What's up? Yeah, today is January 15, 2025. 15, dog, right through the middle of the month. First month of the whole year. We're not even in Q1 yet. That starts soon. So we're at the very end of Q4. We're summarizing what just happened in 2024. And again, I think we're in a post crypto era right now. Post Bitcoin, post Ethereum. But those are legacy players, so they're around like gold and silver. But on this channel, again, we talk about Zen, which is a new ecosystem. It's not really new, because really new would be like you finding this on day one. But theoretically, you're about like 700 days late or something like that. But you can never be late to Zen until the end, which is in 2029. That's when the AMP will go to 0. And unfortunately, you won't be able to make the abundance you can make today. Maybe you can if you're a staker. But minters definitely won't be making Zen in abundance in the next 4 to 5 years. And we're pretty much over the curve of consistency, I should say. In Zen, the crazy thing about it is it's a constant, since it's using the physics of Ethereum to create itself, right? A little bit of time, which you have on Earth because you're alive, shout outs to you. And a little bit of gas, which is the native coin of the blockchain. Here in this case, it's Ethereum. So yeah, since Zen is using the physics of ETH to dictate its supply distribution, it's living its own little bubble life. And again, whatever you want to believe in Zen is your path. It has so many outcomes that it doesn't matter what anyone thinks. The game is ownership. And that's the principle and the fundamental that we push in the Zen world. So welcome. If you're first time here, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, all that, social media shit, follow me and all that stuff. Because this is where you're probably going to get the most aligned Zen alpha out of everything on YouTube. I've been looking on YouTube today just to see if there's any other people out there, really into it. And again, I think it's just because people don't know where to start. And yeah, that's just the way it is. But shout outs to all the usuals that are in this bitch. Y'all are cool. The Xenians that pull up and say hello. I fucks with y'all. Yeah, we've been streaming here like since February 2023. Actually, it was a wild one back in 23 because I fucking like quit my job and shit on the strength, being like, you know what, I'm gonna go full crypto. There's this thing called XEN, it's changing my life. And yeah, that was I should have bought P.o.P. That's essentially how the story goes. XEN was gonna change your life, but you should have bought P.o.P. And now we're here, right? We're still here. Damn. But yeah, so in 23 I started streaming like every single day, because back in like late 22, like December or so, a lot of people seem to like resonate with Zen about 100 days in, and I still see a lot of those OGs around today that were resonating in this, you know, this very first like community pump. We're looking at Zen on the daily. If you zoom back to where the 200 shows up, or like where there's like this little pump in the daily on the RSI here. You also see here if what is this? Oh, that's a 21. There's no 200. Oh, 200. Whatever. Fuck what I just said. Essentially, if you just go back to December 26th or December 20th, 2022, you'll see that this is kind of like one of the first like, okay, I think this thing could be cool. What happened was xeNFTs came out and people could burn Zen using a Zen network product. So it kind of changed the course of how Zen was moving and what it could do. And again, it brought a lot of excitement. I was one of those. I was like, yo, you know what? We need to look at this thing under a microscope every single day, if possible. This thing needs to be checked out and documented. So if you rewind all my videos, essentially from 2022 until this time now here present, that's what all the content is looking at Zen under a microscope, kind of putting it in its perspective in relevant time. And yo, we've seen some amazing work, amazing crypto work, amazing community FUDs, amazing misunderstandings. It's amazing. It's all amazing. And now look at it. We're right here. Maybe, and again, that's what I'm saying. Maybe you're brand new and it's your first time watching this. You were here. All right. A lot has gone into the fucking project for it to be where it is right now. And last night we were talking about this because again, I'm kind of spitting off of the energy, bro. Whatever is being directed to me to give to the Zenians, I'm kind of grabbing it from the sky like Nikola Tesla and driving it back here. Oh shit, hit my microphone. But you're driving it back into the internet. Let's fucking fly. I got the cape on. But look at, this was telling me we need to start staking. And yesterday, that was the first thing I was thinking. I came on the stream and I said, yo, really need to start paying attention to these lower days of gas, because they're gonna disappear, and we'll be the first ones to notice it, being the stakers of Zen, because we get the best staking price when gas is at its lowest. Officially, we're officially in this world. This vehicle has started, because this thing isn't going lower than this. So if you want to start staking 1,000 days, and yesterday Yosef also came into the chat and dropped a little link. I kind of lost it already, so maybe if you go back into yesterday's video, you can find it. And Yosef, if you hear it, drop it. Give us the goods. But yeah, so like the lowest point in Zen was 10 million. I think, right? Oh, I guess it wasn't 10 million. So we didn't hit 10 million. We got to 11 million market cap. And the thing about Zen is it's Jack Levin said it himself, but also outside of his theory, because he hasn't capsuled this or anything or packaged this and dished it out to people, right? It's just him talking, and if you're hanging out with him, you're just like, yo, this motherfucker said this, right? So he was saying that like Zen will be at its most like optimal like presence when it's at its lowest price. And again, I vibe with Zen because I feel like this is an amazing approach to making the most fair launch crypto possible, right? We had Bitcoin, which came out, and again, this is why we're having a reversal. Title says it, market reversal, baby. Yes. Told you yesterday was a Bitcoin shakeout. They want to shake you out in your mind, though. It's more of a mind thing than it is your product, your property, your ownership. They want to shake you out of the idea that you can own it. And that's going to be with the price running away from your bitch ass. All right, it's going to be, if you ain't got none of these, this is running away from you. Or if you don't own Bitcoin, like I said, inside of your mental space of like, man, I can't wait for Bitcoin to be XYZ, right? I'm gonna go out and promote Bitcoin. That type of mental space ownership in Bitcoin, like there's a lot of people like that, like Michael Saylor, you know, Jack Dorsey, you know, Elon Musk is pro this shit. Trump is pro this shit. A lot of minds share the Bitcoin, so we know the Bitcoin is up, and they want to take it from you because it's more control if they, you know, can get most of the supply, which they already kind of have. You know, that's more of a conspiracy with whipped cream on top, you know, because it's just a juicy one. You know, all of the elites are grabbing it. You should get it too. But that's kind of why at the same time, I'm like, yo, Bitcoin, it did its thing. It did what it needed to do. It built a decentralized network for peer-to-peer communication. So it broke that into the ether, and now people can see the store value of hashes, right? You put a password on top of that hash, and you timestamp that shit. That's the Bitcoin white paper. We can get into that. If you watch the channel, you already know we dissect the Bitcoin white paper. Like, that shit is ingredients to make a delicious dinner. I know that shit back in 4 words. Might as well make a rap about it at this point. Man, fuck it, bro. We gotta show it, bro. We gotta show it. It's 2025. We still showing the Bitcoin white paper. Tell me another channel doing that shit, please. I'm trying to watch it. Oh, this has changed. Who the fuck is Bitbo? Nah. Wow, see, it's changing. The world is changing. Forbes got Bitcoin white paper is officially 15 years old. Man, this used to just pop up with this one right here, bitcoin.org. But I see Kraken got some clicks, and Forbes, and this, whatever this is one's mysterious. But go to the bitcoin.org and get this white paper. I don't know what the other ones are. Who knows? You know, these things could end up like Bibles, bro. Different verses from different hearses. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you find the word. But one of the things that I really like about Bitcoin is right here. It's the number 3 build, right, of Bitcoin. Like, this, I think, is what is the technology that we're flipping. Like, this is the money. Homie. This is what we flipping. This is what we mentally all fucking agreeing on, that we flipping. We flipping timestamp server. So before Bitcoin, it's weird, but yeah, we didn't know how to move the timestamps, and that's basically called like double spending, right? Because it's like, oh, if I have subject A, or if I have a payment and I do a Bitcoin transaction, like how does time after 12 p.m. because I did it at 11 a.m. How does time after 12 p.m. know I did transaction A at 11 a.m.? So it's a very simple solution, but this is kind of where we are. Like, timestamp server, which comes from servers, you know, it's all unique. This gets really deep, all the way down to like even how Google was able to build out like their whole fucking infrastructure using atomic clocks and crystals and all this other fucking shit, man. It gets crazy, bro. But in a simplistic term, you know, timestamp server. This is what holds all in time, right? This is how we know that block came, and then that block became, and then that block became, right? And then the proof of work aspect of the Bitcoin is mining that timestamp, that hash, right? Because inside of that timestamp, inside that hash, you know, again, it's a transaction. So it's very simple shit, bro. Again, Bitcoin's white paper is just teaching you how blockchain works. That's all it is. It's not actually telling you how electronic cash systems work. Like, this is how we hold data. Cash is just kind of code name for data, in my opinion. And we don't have, again, this is why everyone's battling for Bitcoin. Market cap's going up. We have psychology battle going on down below. Who can build a better ledger, a faster ledger, and all that stuff, right? So since Bitcoin's going up because the punk fake is over, right? Everyone's agreeing maybe it dips again, but again, I'm not seeing it any lower than $79,000. If it can go lower than that, then what the fuck is going on, type shit. But you know, right now is a good time for it to pull the rug again, because again, there's no bigger heartbreaker than the Bitcoin. Bitcoin break your heart real quick. Because you want to believe in this notion that like, yo, we figured it out. But again, it's just like Zen. Just the whole world is in this one. The whole world is in Zen, but not like the whole world understands Bitcoin. So yeah, I think again, this is going to keep moving. Hopefully, I don't have my chart up. I'm just looking on CoinMarketCap, but I'm trying to see Bitcoin start to march up towards 250,000 going into like the middle of February. That's kind of how I'm feeling our energy could be like going into this like, oh, Trump is in office. Everything's so good. Oh my God, we're all happy. Everybody's rich. But everybody's rich. You know, we gotta pay taxes and shit. You know, there's always something that's gonna be coming up that everyone can ride to get a little 20, 30, 50, 60% wipe off the market just to do it again. Right? We're not stupid. We've been here before. We know these trends. That's why I like Zen, because I'm building my position in that particular ecosystem. I've been building my position in Zen for these reasons. Because I don't want to be run around and buy all the fucking bags. I own the whole internet, just like the Bitcoiners own the Bitcoin that still haven't sold, and they're basically maintaining its momentum, right? That's why the banks are stepping in. That's why you got the insurance. I'm sure insurance companies will be stepping in soon enough. Protect your Bitcoin. And we got stories of people's ledgers on fire, bro. Gone. It don't matter if that's, you know. Now you got to really figure it out. You got to like put your fucking keys inside of a super fire protect. You got like inside of like a universal Iron Man bag or some shit like that. Yo, it's gonna be all kinds of products to protect your fucking keys. It's be crazy, bro. But yeah, like that's also very bullish for Bitcoin. If people just lost their keys, it's like, oh shit, there's a bunch of coins gone again, right? And the supply conversation is what drives Bitcoin's price. The politic conversation is what maintains its momentum, right? If we can keep the politics positive, this price will just keep going up, right? And then it'll step in like, who's gonna hold this bitch up? You know, like, are you hodling your bits? Or are you still not with the notion? Like, you know, are you still testing the waters below, essentially? Yeah, I sound like a Bitcoin maxi, but you need to be maxi on Bitcoin because that's how the game works, right? If you're trying to get into crypto, if you don't understand Bitcoin, then you don't understand shit. And that's what is wrong with a lot of new people in crypto. They like latch on to some sort of notion or some sort of box that has a lot of numbers at the bottom, and they're like, hey, this is the truth because this motherfucker got like 10,000 reposts and 90,000 fucking likes. Like, they must be saying something that's means something because I don't know anything, right? I think that's like the wrong way and angle to look at crypto because you're still very close to the birth of said network. If you're here right now, you're with the people who are alive right now who put this bitch into orbit. Like like they're outside, they're still building, they're real humans, you know? So it don't make no sense in crypto to be fucking out here not understanding how Bitcoin works and being excited to be like, yo, check out this white paper, this shit is hard, like this shit changed the world. Like, this shit changed the world. And there's new things on the horizon. Hello, coming for world-changing domination, bro. What the fuck? It's just not big. I mean, I need to change up my music to like more like aggressive music now. It gets super turned up right now. Just like, yo, because there ain't nothing. I gotta do it. Hold on, before I go into my show. What the fuck? What'd I do? Oh man, what'd I do? Actually, I just broke it all, huh? Nope, we back. Let me see here. I'm done talking about this gloomy thing called Bitcoin, man. That shit is sad as fuck. I think like the biggest problem in Bitcoin is like play this right here. Yeah, no, I think like the saddest thing in Bitcoin is like how free it had to be. Sometimes too much freedom is not the wave, because then it's like everybody can come in and just grab it. So the exclusivity of like what was the game-changing technology has been like super duper watered down to almost being as simple, and it's needed to be like that. Like I would say the growth of a really big idea, like diluting it is the best way to get it to the masses. Like diluting the idea as much as possible. Like that way a lot of people get it. The more concentrated the idea, yes, it might be very sexy. It's like, wow, only the sharpest minds are on this shit. Look at this, right? But like that's like the beauty in diluting and adding like the retards. Yes, we said it, the R word. And just people who want to believe anything. That's why, again, in Zen, believe whatever you want to believe. Because you might spark a fucking idea that might take this thing out of here. Because, I mean, it's already hit it there, you know? But you might think of something really cool that no one else was thinking about because it's based on that. Like, it's based on the freedom of expression of crypto. Like, this is some real freedom, or like how do you say? Like, this is going to do the same thing Bitcoin did. Like, it's so much freedom that it's going to get out of hand. And then it's like, yo, what did it mean to you? Like, what did this journey mean to you? Like, was it truly for you to find freedom in financial gain? You know, freedom in, you know, thoughts, you know, like why, like what did you get from it? Or are you just still like a slave to like the market caps, you know? Zen's cracking off right now. It's just popping. But yeah, like, this is where we are today, you know. Again, I think that was the signal. Like, you can't keep getting these lows and everybody know, like, I got to stake my Zen. And if it happens again, like, you could let everybody sell. Oh, yeah, there's another fun fact going on in Zen right now. So if you go to, like, the contract, I'm over here. I'm fucking on my Zen Scientologist box right now. Cabal approved of keeping it OTC amongst the OGs. Yeah, now it's like, yo, how much work were you doing in the first 2 years? You know, were you building XENblocks? Because that's what's funny too. Like, I feel like a lot of Zenians that like love Zen and understand it, they're in the XENblocks. So I wouldn't be surprised to see XENblocks value get wickedly, you know, included in Zen's value, like the ETH Zen, because it's a well-oiled machine if you can figure out how to balance your Zen in both areas. And again, the Zen block is 620 million total supply over 15 years. So by putting the Zen block into almost like this inflation Zen, it's just another what the fuck is gonna happen to Zen, because there's this notion, right, of proof of work, right? Don't forget about the proof of work system, baby. 40 million blocks over here, mined. 51,000 super blocks mined. 59 Zuni blocks, 59 million Zuni blocks mined. Yeah, I think a lot of people are sleeping on XENblocks, which is fine, you know. The less people that know about this, the better. This is cabal shit too, yeah. I had wrote a post today on my X account, since I'm so pro Zen right now. So make sure you follow me on X. But on my X, I like wrote this splurge here. But essentially, you can read it if you want. Somebody once told me that everything I post is ChatGPT, and that shit still fucking irks me. I might use speak to text, but I ain't using ChatGPT, damn it. And I go back and fix my grammar sometimes. But I think this is a fun read. Essentially, where I'm at with it is I was watching a bunch of YouTube videos this morning, and shout outs to the people who are making them. Feels like a lot of people are excited about Zen and shit. But what's crazy is everyone's journey is different, and most of the videos about Zen don't talk about like its core meaning, like it's like the core, like, oh yeah, this is gonna go up. I heard one person talk about it, but then they went off the rails and said like, um, that like the coin stopped minting, and I was like, ah, shit, like they've gotten the wrong information. But they had it on point that like it was about ownership, and it stuff sparked this thing in my head where I'm like, yo, it is true. People don't really understand why XEN has that relationship to Bitcoin for real, right? And it's because of the way that it's all backwards. We can call it like XEN is Bitcoin, but that's like, it's not true because it's not Bitcoin. That's a perception game. That's something that we're all just thinking. It's like Bitcoin. It has elements like Bitcoin, but it's not Bitcoin. Bitcoin is proof of work. And Bitcoin is, capped supply. So theoretically, if this was like a real like test, it's like, no, it's not like Bitcoin. But in its arena, in its environment, it has similarities like Bitcoin, which give it its advantage versus all the other ERC20s. There is no other ERC20 like XEN with its relevance to Bitcoin. But if you're inside the ecosystem, this is why I think a lot of people are afraid of like XENblocks, because it came second, but it's actually technically the object that you should check out first, right? Like if you're really getting into XEN now, you should be checking out XENblocks first, because XENblocks teaches you about blockchain and about proof of work. So it's teaching you what Bitcoin is, right? So it gives, this is Bitcoin, but a different word and a different method, and different within the DNA of it, but genetically it's the same shit. It's the same thing as Bitcoin. And that's what's cool about XENblocks, is it really is the ground zero of where most people should start. Because when you learn how to get into XENblocks, and then maybe you start mining, right? Like maybe you get your Vast account going, you start running miners, then like I say in this blurb here, I say, then maybe check out XEN Network and really try to understand like how this one works, like how this vehicle is similar to proof of work, right? Because it doesn't use any computational power. What it uses is time and gas, which is like computational power, but it's quantum space rather than physical space, right? That's XENblocks is physical and XEN is digital. And I think like that's where a lot of people misalign like how powerful this XEN thing is. Like this one is crazy. I mean, yeah, we already hyped for XENblocks because like this, my God, like this is a work of art of design. But yeah, XEN is key to like the amplified like mass adoption, because not everyone's gonna get into the hardware game. We live in a digital world, so XEN being so digital allows it to get to a lot of hands, into a lot of wallets, out to a bunch of people, right? And that's why, again, I think XEN, if you're nerding out, if you're really in crypto, if you really want to understand how the story happened, right? If you want to tap into Bitcoin and understand why it happened, that's why you want to do the XENblocks. You'll learn about the whole world. Like, there's so many proof of work things, and it's going to come up this year because, again, it's like a fundamental crypto, but it's not sexy. Again, it's not concentrated. It's very diluted. Anybody can get their hands on it. So it's not sexy, right? XEN is sexier than XENblocks. And that's kind of why I think it has the most attention. But yeah, I'm gonna pick the ugly broad for now. That's how I'm thinking of it. Got my XENblocks are stacked up though. This is my Epoch 2 wallet. Oh, it's not here anymore. But every year I'm just gonna probably change my wallet and just hash. But I'm hashing every single day, and I have around 13,000 hash speed, and it gains me like, what is it saying here? Yeah, like 119, 180 in between there, depending on the difficulty. I see difficulty has been dropping. Yeah, as people turn off their miners, but then as soon as some people wake up, it should go up again. Super blocks are definitely getting harder to find. Zunies are also getting harder to find. I don't really know why that's happening. No one really knows. It's just the algorithm. It's just making him harder to find for some reason. XENblocks though, like the blocks themselves, they're found every 60 seconds. So every minute there's a XENblock found. And that's basically how it works. But where is that breakdown? Well, these are all the... Oh, I don't know where the time is. Sorry. Thought it was there. Thought they had it on here. They should probably add that. They should probably add that to the site. That is every 60 seconds. There's a block being made. But I think they put it here. Yeah, mining rate. Blocks per minute. Oh, okay. There's a block a second every 60 seconds. Yeah, there it is. I don't know what the code name stuff is, but yeah, so 60 blocks every minute. One second blocks is the Xenium ledger. That's how fast the Argon computation is found of Xen 11. And the difficulty on XENblocks right here, that's basically everybody diving into that 60-second pool trying to find Xen 11. And as more people dive into the pool, it gets harder to find the blocks for those, people. They need more machines. That's how this works. That's why they call it like ASIC and GPU resistant, because in order for them to add GPUs, they had to fork the code and then change it so that it could do CUDA mining and not just Python CPU mining. And then now that it can do that, there's still limitations on Argon, because it's not about how much power you bring and hit the network. It's about how much memory you bring to facilitate the network, so the network can kind of just be alive, in my opinion. It's weird. It's like a weird computer network that needs compute power to be more powerful. So that's what's cool about XENblocks and its uniqueness compared to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's already ASIC built, and we don't really use Bitcoin's like computer power to facilitate anything besides like heating up motherfuckers like houses in like Poland and shit. Or some people like here in New York, I think there's like a bathhouse where they use their Bitcoin miners to heat up like one of the fucking pools. Like, the fuck, So I think right now we're not in that world where people are actually looking at proof of work as also external like computation that could potentially be security for a lot of different things. Yeah, we have again, XENblocks is a very fun one. And that's why I think people should start here. You'll learn so much about blockchain and how it really works naturally. That when you get to understanding Xen is just like it's like simple. It's like, oh, that's a smart contract. Like on smart contracts, I can grab elements of the blockchain and I can digitize them. Right? That's all we did with gas. We grabbed that physics. We said, all right, every time this motherfucker move, Xen's more expensive to make. And then we grabbed the physics of time, 3000 amp, right? Because time is physics. It's part of physics, bro. Time and distance, bitch. So you get that amp and you're like, yo, now this amp is also going to go down by 1 every 24 hours, right? So it's always tugging and pulling at the blockchain, because the blockchain that's the question for like the other Xens, right? The other Xens are, hey, is this blockchain going to outlive its amp, or is it going to die before the amp hits the zero, right? Are people going to be here when the amp is at zero? Like ETH, we know for a fact everyone's going to be there after the amp is zero. Or not zero, but 1. And then optimism is in the same reality. People are still making mints over here. People are still using this vehicle, even though it's 1 AMP. I don't understand it either, but they doing it. So I think that's like the race of the other Xen chains. Is like, will it outlive the physics of time, or is it gonna die with Ethereum, right? Because I don't think ETH will die like 100%. I just think it'll be less popular, less trading, similar to Bitcoin. Like it's very tight trading, and it never really did what we all thought it would do, because Bitcoin is just more superior and there's better options for bandwidth than Ethereum, right? But ETH is still expensive because it is what it is, or something like that. Like, you know, I can't predict the future. That's what I'm thinking. And that's why the AMP is important in Zen, because it gives us a deadline, right? When we get to the end of the AMP, we get to see like the massacre in which world domination happened. And then it's like, okay, cool. Like that was an awesome social experiment. And now we have this token that's disinflationary because it's burning for X1, right? So that's why I think like Jack kind of rolled this shit out like kind of backwards, because XENblocks came out second, or it came out third actually. I say that in this post. It was like first came Zen, and then we talked about the X1, like the blockchain. And then in a weekend, the P.o.W coin brought it all together. Because the problem with the blockchain was you can't secure a blockchain with a hyperinflating coin like Zen. It's a cool idea, but the security risk is extremely high because it's an infinity coin. Like it's great for burning, but it's not the greatest token yet for storage until like 8 years down the road. But even then, if it's whales injecting capital into Zen to maintain a minting schedule, it's kind of, you know, they're maintaining it. So then it's like, maybe this isn't the best security, but it's a great way to think about like how to make a fair ramp to a new blockchain, you know. So you get the P.o.W coin, you get the XEN, which kind of brings it all together so that we know, okay, cool, like there is a hard cap coin in the Zen ecosystem. There's one, and it's like right there. And if you look at these docs here, it'll show you it. So I'm like, damn, I went too far away. But yeah, right here, XEN. So like over the span of 15 years, 620 million XEN will be mined, because every year the rewards cut in half as blocks are produced, right? Because it's like again, like after it mints out in 15 years, you know, it's just like, why is the network running? You know, the speculation of the compute. And I think this is, again, what we're doing. We're kind of like giving ourselves a runway to get to the next 15 years in crypto to really understand what the fuck blockchain compute can do for us, right? We have we already have worlds that we're dreaming in X1, right? Like the dream world that we have going on right now is this one. I like this one. The decentralized NFT task pool, right? Like this is just one of them, where realistically the user is an agent. And we're now in this reality where a lot of people have caught on to agency. Like I was making a meme, you know, a few months ago saying like, hey, human memes are stupid. Like we in AI now, you know? But since it's actually become popular because of mass adoption, like again, I think there's this thing called SOARs. Watch my videos, binge watch Crypto Bruh. Okay, there's a lot of fun shit we be talking about that's like kind of different. But yeah, there's a lot of marketing shit going in right now for the AI, and it's just middlemaning. It was fun when it wasn't so serious, but now that they're really pushing it, and I feel like, oh, okay, this was fucking some cabal shit too. And they got everybody that understood what it was to get so excited, and we pushed that vehicle out in a month. So things are getting faster, how fast we can push out a narrative. And again, this is like some old idea where it's like a user could make their own NFT project using an AI generating network. So you could type in, I want an NFT project. And if someone has a model on X1 that can produce those types of things, you can pay an XN coin and get that rendering. And that rendering power comes from the XENblock miners, because they're already deploying their miners to earn XEN, right? That's the standalone compute power that I'm talking about. Now you can flip a switch on your standalone compute, and this will then send your compute or your GPU power to the AI rendering network to take on those tasks and generate you more revenue. So like, we're already in this bitch. So I got a cape on right now. What the fuck? I'm not too worried about the XEN build out, because again, like it makes a lot of sense. It's actually moving faster than Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to take forever to mint out. That's the one thing I love about Zen coins. All of them mint really quick. They're gonna mint in as long as you can stay alive, bro, for 8 to 15 years. Okay. Go get healthy. Go drink some fucking water or eat some salads. We in this bitch. Go take care of yourself. This is something to look forward to. If you had nothing to look forward to, I think you want to be at the end of this. Just like how people who've bettered themselves because the Bitcoin, again, it changed the world. There's a lot of people whose lives were changed over the last 15 years. So let's fucking go. Mass intoxication. I'm about to retire off of H-bar. Go up. What up, Brian? What's up, Nomad? At the beginning, I was getting 36 million Zen per max VMU on ETH. Now it's around 20 million. Damn. Yeah, that's just getting cut in half. What's up, Q? I'm starting my X1 validator today. Please keep fingers crossed. Damn, that's dope. You're going to start an X1 validator today? That's the way to do it. Yeah, that is the way to do it, because after you do all of this stuff, like learning how Zen works, learning how XEN works, then you should be learning how X1 is going to work. I think a lot of people are trying to understand X1, but they don't even understand like the 2 core coins. Right? Like that's why I'm like, it's like crazy. It's like, this is like free game right now. For those that want to listen, it's free game. There's a lot of haters because it's, I think, designed for them to amplify how big this notion is. Because you can't get a group of, again, like if it's too concentrated with consciousness, it's not going to leave that realm, because it's like everyone there can just keep it for themselves and massage it. But that's not how, again, the realm works. We're sharing, this is a shared experience. So again, by diluting the substance and being able to get it to more people, I think this is really like some high level shit that most people never seen before, and that's why they're uncomfortable. I've been waiting for this though. I watched Bitcoin be born from the background. I was the fly on the wall that never made a move because I was too young to like actually make a move. Like I'm turning 34 this year type shit. Like we're moving into the middle of our life. And I think this is something where if you're in the same range of age as me and you know how to lock the fuck in because you've been clocking the fuck in, now is the time, dude. Now is the time to learn a system that's going to change the world, similar to how Bitcoin changed the world. 2 years into Zen's existence, it should be dead by now. It should have been dead. I've seen it already. I've seen the 9 weeks of down to this one right here, which is catastrophic. But the 2024 sell-off of Zen was because a lot of people max minted from the past. Right? All those past minters, this was their exit. So I think, again, a lot of the XENblock community kept together the rails. A lot of the Zen community that believed kept along the rails. And that's why we have what we had today, right? We have this crazy opportunity for who knows how many X's. I'm not even worried about the X's. That's why I'm like, yo, learn how the core tech work. The fuck? Them X's gonna sneak up on you so quick? Shit. Like, you won't even need to be looking. You'll just be like, oh my God, I fucking knew that was gonna happen. Right? I've seen that happen so many times. But the other problem with those times that it happened was it was secret. Everybody had a fucking secret, or like they didn't want to tell they didn't want to tell the group what the fuck was going on, right? And then it was mature. There's a lot of immature strategists because we were doing the same things. Like, you don't know where to start in Bitcoin. Like, Zen is actually fucking an alley-oop because it gives you the understanding of blockchain, smart contract, and validation. The three things that formulate Captain America. No, I'm just kidding. That's all you need to make a blockchain. You need those three things, right? You need the blockchain to move around or to ledger the information, hold the data, right? Then you need the smart contracts to add or to extract and extract the data, extract and extract the data, right? That's a smart contract. And then you need the nodes to move the data around the world so everyone can get motherfucking packages, bro. So that's blockchain. That's the whole crypto space. That's what everybody's trying to do from their fucking angle, right? And some people got it figured out and some don't. And that's why most people still believe in Bitcoin, because it's the most diluted. All right, there's no thing, just you can buy it and hold it, and it's got ordinals if you want to dive in further. So it's kind of funny, right? Mass adoption going on over there. And again, that's why, if you're in this world of crypto, don't sleep on Zen or X1 Eco Network, whatever you want to call it, because by the time you get here to the documents on X1, it's gonna really tell you why like this needs to exist. Like this is answering a lot of issues in validation, and why like we haven't seen a progression of crypto into basic society. Very basic society, bro. Like everyone takes Square now, which is considered basic. Like, you go to any deli in New York, you're gonna be able to tap and pay. Man, I remember when Home Depot was holding out, like, man, we ain't gonna do no tap to pay. You gotta bring your card. And now you go to Home Depot and it's tap to fucking pay. They gave in, right? So there's gonna be an integration of cryptocurrency into, infrastructures of reality. And I think that's where the blockchain is going to shine the hardest. I think that's why Visa, and I think that's why they're shitting on a lot of cool ideas, because they get it too, and they know that they need to keep their power. All right, this is just simple shit, bro. So X1 is being developed to, I think, again, push the whole shift forward, because it's moving too slow. Been here for 15 years. We're moving on. Either you're with it or you're not. The tech will speak for itself. But this is one of the huge things about X1 chain is the validation cost. So most of these companies or blockchains, they're really companies. Everything is a company pretty much in blockchain at this point. You can make your own thing, but really you're like a slave pretty much to somebody else's agenda until you again, jump ship and do something that's on your own time, which I think is that what Zen is unique to. Like, it really allows someone to develop their own main character syndrome and do whatever they want to do, drive however they want to drive, go get a Lambo, tell somebody, like, again, tell people that it stopped minting. Fucking lie. I'm not gonna be doing that shit. I'm gonna be keeping it complex, because that's what it is. It's something that you should be scratching your head on. But I already see it. There's a lot of disconnect, but it sounds really good. It's like, whoa, I even believe this dude. Like, shit, this shit stopped mining. Fuck, I need to buy some. But yeah, this is where our core is now. The core is an X1 chain and creating a single validator that isn't gonna crush your pockets a day, right? So on Solana right now, which is the fork blockchain that X1 will be walking in its footsteps, Solana is around $200 a day to run a single validator, but X1 chain has gotten that price down to $5 a day, right? So the average cost to run the network is around 100 million for Solana, and X1 has gotten its average cost down to 2.5 million as almost the base. So the growth is amazing because you're not at the top already, right? Like here it's like, oh shit, it's 100 million. Now we need to go to 200 million, then 400 million, 800, and then we're quadrupling over and over again. Whereas here in X1, again, it's about going back to the core, about ownership. Well, how do you get it so that people can just own the chain and it be based on their participation then, right? Maybe they do want to spend $200 a day. So they'll spin up a shit ton of validators at $200 a day to maintain the network and get the XEN rewards. And again, make a more decentralized network because it's being ran based on participation, which is singular nodes, right? There's a lot of cool shit going on in Zen or X1. I don't know if it talks about it here. I think this one, yeah, they haven't put the technicals in it yet. To get the technicals, you need to join the Telegram. If you want, like, if what I'm saying right now is making you be like the gears turn and stuff, you're gonna want to join the Telegram because that's where they're keeping things under wraps, or not under wraps, but you know, they're just not writing blog posts. So you got to be there to see it and read it, and it makes a lot of sense because it gets lost in the conversation, and it keeps it in like beta mode because people don't remember what we were talking about. But this is kind of where this performance leader selection. This is how you can go and see how we're gonna have a better performance leader selection. Right, we're having this like leader score, and that's going to be based on a stake weight and a performance. Now there was somebody saying they had came up with a new idea in X1, and what Jack said, it's going to be on the roadmap, so it's not going to change the time frame of X1 coming out, but they have thought of something even better than what the fuck I'm talking about right now. So this is already classic world, just disclosure, but when you do a Solana validator, they just do it by stake weight, and then you get, you know, to do validation on the blocks. So that's the part of Solana that makes it hard, because you need to have like, I think it's like 200,000 Solana or 20,000 Solana or something. I think you need like 20,000 Solana, which is $3 million. So you need 3 million staked to your Solana node before you're even gonna be able to like start getting blocks going, which is like okay, because it's like a security ideology where it's like, yo, we're protecting the chain, we're making sure, you know, there's not bad actors. But again, that also acts in the, you know, has a reverse effect where now you're locking out people from joining the network and expanding the decentralization of it, because they need to get to the $3 million price point in order to even start the node. So what X1 is doing is it's doing stake weight, but it's also doing performance, and then that gives you a score, and then that score is what gets you into the leader. So you can still stake a lot, but if you have a banging machine, you know, your machine most likely would get picked over the higher stake weight. So the stake weight performance essentially means that this is why the chain's going to work really fast, because if you want to kind of game this system, you're going to bring the best machine, which is going to keep the network fast. So you're compensating this ideology that, hey, maybe they can still do that stake thing. And that's why I'm saying, yo, they thought of something else that's a lot better than stake weight. That's actually pretty fucking cool. It's actually really fucking cool, but they're talking about it in the validator chat, so I'm not going to get into it. If you want to get into the validator chat, just go here. You go to resources, I think. They have it here. Do they have it here? Validators. Where's the Telegram? Is it down here? Nah. Man, we need a quick... I mean, it might still be kind of hidden, but I think you can go to X1 Wiki and you can find it here. Telegram groups. Or maybe you got to go to one of these and then go to one of those. I'm not too sure. I'm sorry. Oh, here we go. Solana tools. Oh, Foleyblocks is back online. Does he have it? Nah, he doesn't have it either. Okay. I would probably go to a Zen chat and then just ask like, hey, how do I get to the validator chat? If you want to get more into like the sauce of like how that's all cooking up. But currently, yeah, it's like, it's totally different. Shit, man, I wish I could have found it. But yeah, you can see here, some people, they have multiple, like 3, 2, they got multiple nodes for, because they get it, right? The idea is to build mad nodes and get hella XN rewards. And then stake those and build like a super node for the next like few years. Just keep staking your X into it. Because again, I think networks are up next. I think that's why Solana is so important to the game right now. Is they're gonna help bring in mobile connectivity. I'm like 100% sold that like crypto's going mobile. So hardware is up, and Solana is the Qualcomm guy, so he's gonna bring the hardware game. And with X1 being a software system, essentially, the software mixed with some hardware, it's gonna be wild, like a real network shit. The network performance. This is Foley, or 40 blocks. It's this site is pretty dope. Fee analysis. What up, Rolando? Will X1 copy and paste the tokens currently on Solana? Nah, it's not designed to do that. I mean, but what people can do, like how we're doing in so like in Emoji Dracula, which is going dumb right now. It's coming back from the dead. But in Emoji Dracula, there's a plan between the community to take this token and burn it for a meme coin on X1. So again, that's why I was saying, yo, you might want to be in some of these Xenian meme coins, because these are probably be the first like community driven memes that go to X1 and kind of, you know, start that notion in the beginning of the blockchain. But yeah, anybody can transfer their value into X1. So I hope some other people will do it. Dude, I read that ARP loading in that voice of the old bitch from that commercial 10 years ago. Aw, shit. Aw, shit. Not the hard J. Not the hard J. My guy fucking Dank got no cap. No cap. Hey, this is a mean chat. This chat is mean, yo. Gotta watch out. I allow fights in my chats. I got a cape on. That's the most you can do in a crypto chat, bro. Just start a fight up in that motherfucker. Like, just hey, come with your ideology and your philosophy. Keyboard warrior. Some gang bangers up in this bitch. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. But yo, Emoji Dracula reversing. I was telling y'all, hey, maybe you might want to check out some solXEN. It's also reversing. These are just reversing because Solana's reversing. So every time Solana drives, since it's like a lot of these coins are very deep in Solana, obviously they're going up with it. Same goes for like ETH Zen. Like ETH Zen right now, besides the buying pressure, it's mainly because Ethereum is turning around. Like the market is green. So alt season is awesome when the market is looking good for the overall mainstream, because again, if Solana or Ethereum is more valuable, so are the tokens on the network, right? That's why we are stressing Ether, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why do we have our projects over here? Maybe projects should go other places. Maybe the blockchain shouldn't be the dictation of value of projects, right? Like people be asking me, oh, if ETH goes to zero, doesn't that mean Zen goes to zero? And I'm like, yo, see, that's horrible that the blockchain has developed that thought pattern. That if it goes to zero, if it sinks, so does everything on the chain. I've been looking at this theory because I think that's the one thing that keeps post-chain alive in my world. I've been looking at like PTGC, and I've just been like, yo, what the fuck? Is this the right one? No, this is the small liquidity one. I need the big liquidity. Okay. So PTGC going crazy over here on post-chain. It is weird. I know why it's working because, yeah, they're doing it the right way. It's exactly how it's supposed to be, right? If you pair your coin with a lot of coins, especially the native coin, it's going to reflect, you know, it's reflecting with the pairs it's tied to. And this is just like the notion of discovery when we found out. I mean, some people call it Hart's Law to summarize it. But Curve Finance really figured it out first. And that's why we need a Uniswap. And so did Aave and Moon Finance. They all figured out like this idea. Because if you rewind time back to 2017, 18, 19, when farms really popped off and everybody was like understanding, oh shit, if we load up one side and everybody comes and buys it up, you know, they buy our coin and then we can just pump it again. And then if it's in Binance or whatever, like Binance is like rocketing. So now we can just, you know, pull it heavy in those Binance coins and then it's going to go up with Binance, right? That was Bankroll or Elephant Money. Like Elephant Money also, they figured that shit out heavy. That's why they're still out here and they're ruling, because Elephant Money is like PTGC, but on Binance. And that's why I think in Zen world, when X1 comes out, a lot of people are going to be doing this shit because it's out in the open now. Like, yo, create a coin that you build liquidity with. And that's why I'm bullish on Emoji Dracula or any Zen Yen related meme, because those could be like the foundational coins that start a lot of liquidity deep pairing with XN and XEN. Like on X1, like those will be the ones with the super deep rooted fucking pairing, right? Like what you see on PTGC is what probably most meme coins that are rooted in Zen will do. It's the same thing, because they'll be riding that wave with XN, because the game don't stop once X1 is out. Y'all know that, right? Like this is forever, bro. The only way out is in a box. So yeah, I'm expecting I'm expecting a coin that's gonna ride all the way. So PTGC, congratulations. I'm just curious, like if you're in this, like don't make $1 million at least. Please don't make $1 million. They got 2 million in liquidity. I would love to see them put more or figure that part out. That'd be awesome. But I'm just watching the show. This is cool. It's cool to watch it happen in real time. And the thing about it, again, is post-chain doesn't have anything backing it. So it's like all of the coins inside of it. Right? And then whatever's happening here is just happening here. So, you know, maybe it goes somewhere, because there's all these weird question marks. The only thing that really holds it back again is when people start to realize they can't get out. But as long as you can keep people happy inside of the chain and they don't feel like they need to exit, then like it keeps the money in there and it keeps the value in there, and you're not really worried about that stuff, you know? So I'm super curious to see how this plays out. You know, this is why I'm in the Zen, bro. Like these are the trench coins. I just like my trenches. My trenches are chill. We chilling. Someone needs to tell Vitalik that the bull run is here. Man, I honestly think Vitalik does not care. They're shelving Ethereum. That was like my theory on it. It's not that ETH is going to zero. It's that ETH is moving slow. And they're okay with it. Everybody is on board. So like ETH didn't even touch an all-time high. I still think that's a leading indicator that like the market isn't done. ETH is being held in some sort of regard of understanding or something. And that's why, yeah, when this starts to push, we'll see how much sell pressure it has, but it's going to push, bro. This is for sure going to push. I'm thinking like $6,000-$7,000. And then maybe we start to see people really start to sell their ETH. And then the psychological numbers will start playing, you know, like the 10,000, the 15,000, the 20,000, right? I've heard that once. That's why there's a line there. Somebody said ETH to $19,000. I was like, bullshit. But that's how that cycle will start. It would be all psychology based. And I think they got us. I think they really got their community locked in, right? Gas is doing pretty all right. People like ETH and they'll keep it going for years. XEN lives on ETH. So again, it's good for XEN if they all don't leave, because then gas is still kind of ambiguous. All right, it'll have up days and down days, but it'll help people build a better schedule, right? Especially around staking. If you know lower night or late nights are the best staking nights, late nights are best minting nights. Like if this is a consistent pattern, it really helps XEN world. You know, and I think that's what they should be working towards, like really making ETH consistent rather than making ETH volatile, because fuck that shit. Like it makes no sense anymore. And that's why I keep coming to that thesis. Like, yo, I think they're shelving it. It's just like Bitcoin now. Just watch it do its thing. Or another one is like Litecoin. And this is a shelf coin that sometimes makes a run because people just bring it back. But other than that, it's going to test the resistance line and sell off every single time. Maybe it runs a little harder because the market gives it more steam, right? But again, if the notion dies on what is Litecoin, and you know, things in crypto are so weird now. That's why I think it needs to go into a corporate running, because like this like small business crypto shit is not fun no more. Like knowing that like some stoner dude on the internet is going to be the one that wins the NFT game because he's got the most time to be on Twitter Spaces. Like, I think those eras are done. Like, I think we watched the end of that, right? It seems like most of everything is corporate driven. Like, Jupiter is doing an airdrop right now. Shout out to Ordinal Revolution. That's not corporate. I know those fools. That's Yogobi and Shizzy. They doing their thing. Oh, we got XEN Crypto Coffee in the Mornings to be XEN. Talking his talk. We got Fred, who's basically, his whole talk is about turning your Bitcoin into property. I kind of fuck with Fred's vision. And I think that's why there's a lot of people in his camp. I'm not discrediting the Bitcoin property conversation. It actually makes all of our coins look retarded. And then what's this? IO.net is hosting a space. Like, yes, he's like corporate. Mobulus, I hate this dude because this dude is so corporate. Rug Radio, like this is BC funded all day. I'm just little old crypto bro telling the truth with my 15 subs. Shout out to y'all. I'm still minting with 1,000 amp. Where are you doing that at? PTGC is almost like an index fund for Pulse Chain, and also like a centralized exchange that gives rewards to its users. Yeah, I mean, they have it set up the right way. The best thing going for PTGC is that there's no competition. Like it would have been hilarious. Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like there's no competition, so it's not funny. It's very serious. But it would have been hilarious if someone else had the same vision or the structure system, because they spent a lot of time building their people, their community, telling them like, yo, just hodl, just hodl, just hodl. Eventually Pulse Chain will go up and we'll ride that wave and cap the gains. And then some people will sell off as it corrects, and then we'll go up, you know, just hodl. And that's what happens. The same thing is literally happening with Vampire Token. The difference is it doesn't need like on Pulse Chain, it's such a niche market or such a niche chain. It needs to be deep in the right community projects, right? So that's the benefit of PTGC. That's what I mean by it has no competition. Like people are like, oh, I'll just pair my PTGC, and that's helping them out. With Vampire Token, we went ahead and spread it out amongst all of the emojis and other various memes on Solana, which gives it a little bit of depth. It's not trading as hard now, but in the past, that's what helped it get this first run and the second run. That was all liquidity providing. 1, 2. And then this one too was liquidity providing. Here you see people have changed their liquidity. They've taken it out. And now we're starting to go up again against Solana because we're so deep in a bunch of other liquidity providers. So this is true. Like if you're releasing a coin in crypto, you want that shit to be tied up in as many different little liquidity pools as possible on the whole blockchain. And the more niche the chain, the better. Because now you can really get people to tie your coin together, and then you get that PTGC effect. That's the effect that they have on their chart right now is first mover's advantage, only mover advantage. It's lit. It's lit. Oh, I can't even show that one. I'm going to get this one off my watch list. What the fuck? This is the one. Yeah, now they just need to get people to start staking more liquidity so they can, I don't know. I feel like this is a great thing for people to talk about, I guess. I'm not like, I'm not on Pulse Chain. But yeah, you look at Pulse Chain and that shit is cringe on the outside. As I hate again. What up, Earn It? Pulse Chain sucks to use if you're actually trying to do something over there. That's what I mean, though. It's not bullish for existing crypto users. Pulse Chain's only bullish for new people. And that's kind of what they have going for them over on Pulse Chain. They really know how to onboard people, right? They call it the hillbilly, or what is it? The fucking trailer park. That's powerful, bro. Trailer park just voted Trump in office, nigga. They did that. The world trailer park too. Shit. Yeehaw. Shit. Shout out to Trump. He gonna get us lit. But yeah, he had to go to that bottom. If you learned about the 2016 Trump election before he won in but I mean, the first one, I think it was 2012 election, because he won in 2016. But in 2012, they were doing a whole bunch of social engineering to try to get Trump camp going. But then in 2016, that's when they finally figured out how to use like video games and different like propaganda tools to like really hit people to get them to vote for Trump. Not to get them to vote for Trump, but to get them to hear his message. I don't know if you know about that, but it's like the farm games and stuff. They like pinpoint it down to like, oh, our followers they play this kind of game at this time. And that was like a lawsuit. I don't remember it all. Like you could put it together or whatever. This is a conspiracy. Well, that's why, again, I think Pulse Chain might be able to do it, because that's a good group of people to kind of throw that psychology at. That you can change the world, even though the tech sucks. You can change the world. Would I say you're a good person promoting that to people, knowing it's not going to change the world? But yeah, you're a fucking dickhead for doing that shit to people. That's why it's hard for me to root for anything that has copied or has the intentions of confusion. Like even when I got into Hex the first time, it was so confusing. It took you through a fucking washing machine before you finally realized what the fuck was going on. And then it was all designed that way so that when you were dizzy enough, you were like, okay, I guess I'm here now. I guess I'm holding this fucking coin that's up like 10,000%. But I could have gotten more of it. I could have had more of it if people were explaining it in this non-tongue fashion. Right? And Zen is very blunt. It's so blunt. that people hate it. But it's almost like if we talked in tongue about Zen, people would be more curious because it's not so blunt about how it is. It's just like Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin has that mystique where it's, man, learn about Bitcoin, man. Read the white paper or whatever. Zen just getting there where people are like, why is everybody still rooting for this? And I don't understand it. So they go and try to figure it out. But it took 2.5 years to get here, which is about right in psychology for the user to finally take the treat, or the dog to take the treat and come back around. And I think, yeah, again, I like this notion. I think it's way cleaner, but that's why it's hard for me to root for Pulse Chain. Cause you see, they only have 596 million in total value log. And you got PTGC out here at 166 million for like market cap. You know what I'm saying? Like, thank God they don't have the liquidity over here, all in here. Like, thank God. Shit, it'd be a national security threat to the Pulse Chain ecosystem. But that's why, again, I don't know what's going on over there. I don't care about that kind of stuff. I like being on blockchains that the whole world is on, or working towards putting the whole world on in a better world, right? Just like Bitcoin. Yeah, that's why it's like, damn, ETH, you were supposed to bring us to a better world. Now it's gonna fumble right into Solana. Colts, Rockets, isn't that the alpha? Colts and Rockets, that is not, I mean, that's an alpha, but that's not gonna, I don't know. Personally, I feel like Zen is gonna print this first round of Zenians that have stayed true. They're gonna be some of the biggest players in the next 10 to 15 years in crypto. And it's a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow. And as much hate as you get for being pro Zen, it feels like it. Like, it feels like some dominating force that is not a cult and it's not a rocket ship. It's literally change. Wiping all this shit clean and changing it and moving us into a new era. Which eventually will click. It will be like, again, when X1 in about like 4 to 5 years, when X1 is really clicking and it's being integrated. And what I mean by integration is like you can buy like, or like Ticketmaster is like on X1 chain. Disney Channel or Disney is like on X1 chain type shit. That's kind of where I'm like, oh, okay, we've really done it. We've really impacted the world. People are able to understand. I might need to get Disney involved. Solana has that. Even Tron has people saying they need to get involved in Tron. Binance. The Weeknd had his whole stadium performance funded by Binance. So it's, again, crypto is in the real world. You just need the right place to get there. And I don't want to be on a shadow chain. I don't want to be on a chain that's, a D-pen chain. I need to be on the number one stunner. But good luck, good luck to everyone else. May 15th, it will be 2 years. Buy a coin, hold it for the community in the cult root, sell it when it green candles. That's it. That's gonna work, but I'm telling you, big business. I don't think people realize it yet. Dank knows what I mean, though. That's why I keep Dank in the chat. Y'all gonna see it though. That's what's so funny. It's people will see it play out. We'll play back these tapes and we'll be like, "Yup, see, we were telling you already. Big business, skyscrapers." That's what crypto was invented to do, for us to build shit. Not for us to kumbaya. Fuck all that. Fuck the kumbaya, bro. That's why Zen's going up, because it's fuck the kumbaya right now. This is the better product. When you get P-Zen, you leverage Pulse Chain and Zen ecosystem. But yeah, that's the truth. If you got P-Zen and Zen, or you got P-Zen and XEN, because that's what can happen. Like, check it out. if you're following me, man, and you're still here while Crypto Brother cooking fucking pulse chain left and right, I fucking love you. And what I love about it is you're at least keeping your ears to the street. And what you might be able to do is actually bring X1 to pulse chain and really stress it out. And if you can build that, you know, that notion and say, hey, we're gonna wrap XN over here and pair it to pool, like this is the real pool, right? It just takes one real believer in the community of Xenians, of OGs, to just be like, I'm doing this. I'm gonna take my XN and do this with it. I think that'd be powerful, you know. Again, I really think that'd be powerful. That's what we're gonna be doing with our XNM on Solana. So you could wrap coins and put them on any chain. That'd be dope. I think that'd be dope as fuck. And we could see maybe you know, the colors will stay right and it won't get backlash. But I can't promise you that, you know, that you're not gonna show up into a foreign land and they're gonna like you. Crypto is a mean place. But that would be an amazing idea that would partner the two together. Do you think CBZen and OPZen will peg to Zen? I don't think anything is going to peg to Zen, because Zen is its own world. Zen on ETH can go to 1 cent. But Zen on other chains, like on the other chains, these all suffer from hyperinflation and again, kumbaya community syndrome. So the only way that these can be successful is with X1 chain and with successful burners on their networks. Or again, kumbaya philosophy to keep everybody together so that it doesn't get too sporadic. Because the game plan for all Zens are to be burned for X1. The life after that plan, right? Like that's what we're gambling on. Which coin will have a better life? Again, the terms. Which coin is gonna outlive the AMP? Or which coin is just gonna die when X1 comes out? And people are only minting the coin to burn it. They have no plans of buying, selling, exchanging, which is bad, right? It's like right now, if we go and look at transactions, we have XEN sitting here at 9 transactions. That's actually not that good, dude. That's all. That means only 9 back and forths. Like, what the fuck? In 24 hours, 9 back and forths. This type of shit I'm talking about. Even Binance with the 20 back and forths, right? You got OPZen and CBZen just holding on for dear life. You know, Phantom and MZen and PZen, they keeping their transactions alive. Like these are the chains that might be able to keep it going afterwards. And that's why, again, I think the best thing going for OPZen and base Zen is controversy. That's what I'm speculating on. I'm putting a lot of my energy into base chain because I think it's a very controversial token on their chain. And I think that controversy is going to come to light at some point. Someone's going to say something and it's going to spark it and it's going to fucking because it's everything you want from a Zen coin. It's everything you want. Cheap fees, high liquidity, massive burning, right? And then active users. So the controversy on this one is epic. The controversy on OPZen is that the AMP is at 0 or is at 1 and people are still minting. That's controversial because it's like, why are they still minting? You know, why are they still buying? What is going on over here? Oh, I can get it with Ethereum. Okay, fine. I'll get some. Right. The other ones are like people don't have ETH. A lot of people have Phantom because it's moving over to Sonic and they're kind of just stuck in this limbo. So I think they're stacking up on this shit. Same with Polygon. You got a lot of OG users that are stacking up on this. Tree City West in the house. What up, man? GM. Titan X, they'll find a way into X1 because they will have the green candle. But I'm confident Jack and his team will find a way to make it easy. I mean, I think Titan X community is like in Zen, in the very beginning, we had said we won. And that was the first time I ever really felt that before. Like in a coin where I'm like, damn, we really did win. Like even though everyone's telling us we're losing, we're fucking winning. And that winner syndrome, bruh, that shit moves mountains. So in Titan X, there's a lot of people here that like to win. It literally is like what, TitanX.win or whatever. What is it? What's the website called? Yeah, TitanX.win. So everyone's gonna want to win. The thing about it is that it has no ethical, like you're not winning anything ethical. You're just dumping on your neighbor and pumping Jake's bags. And then you're also stealing the Zen ethos and giving it a virus and telling someone else about it incorrectly and unaligning their timeline if they were supposed to find Zen, but they found you first. And you're telling them about fucking Titan X like it's Zen when it is nothing like it. You're like, I swear to God, that shit like Zen, you know? And this is all part of the Zen Juju. Like, it's supposed to be like this. Like, there's supposed to be fake versions. People who want to win with the ideology. But I think the real winners are the ones that go long and get close to the core and join the fight, right? We're ending mediocrity. We're gonna, you know, you're gonna get a pump. You're gonna, you know, see a green candle. And a lot of these things will probably come. Like, I think the Titan X ecosystem lands on X1 and then they do their little L1 inside of an L1, but on X1. You know what I'm saying? Titan X equals butt sex. Zen is not a derivative of Hex. That is a misconception. They're 100% different. Hex was brought into existence using an auction, and every day a smart contract put tokens into a pool that everybody put ETH into, and then those tokens were redistributed based on the amount of weight you put in of Ethereum. So right then and there, like, Hex and Zen are not the same. Another non-relationship of Hex and Zen, that's a misconception. In Zen, I can do a vanilla stake and I can exit with no penalty. In Hex, all exits are penalties. If I go and do a Zen stake, xeNFT, I can't even end it. It's locked in into the maturity date. There's no early end date. It's just locked. So that's also very different than Hex. And then the ethos in Hex, it's about, what is it? It's about a CD, giving you a better percentage than the bank. In Zen, it's about hyperinflation and dealing with supply. Like, it's encouraging supply. It's not about yielding supply. It's encouraging you to grab some supply. So yeah, Zen and Hex are not the same at all. Two different worlds, universes. That's why the Hex game doesn't work in Zen. There is a Zen Hex though, which is called Phoenix. In Phoenix, you can burn your Zen for Phoenix, and then you can stake it and accumulate extra rewards from people early in staking. Yeah, that was like the whole Hex thing. It was like, yo, usually when somebody wants to exit a CD early, the funds go to a bank, but now they go to the users. But the other thing about Hex is 90% of the coins went to the origin address. So only 10% of the supply is technically traded around the users. That's not Zen. Zen is 100%. But I feel it, you know, how it can be a misconception. So many peeps on Pulse are in Zen. Don't sleep. They are just a sleeper cell. PTGC just started off the ETH Zen burn, and our ETH burn turned into a massive allocation of PTGC. If you didn't cheat it. Yeah. They did a good job of that though. I'm remembering, I'm still reminting OP Zen on CoinTools. It only costs 3 cents. Yeah, see, that's the reason why people will do that, because it's 3 cents. That's a fact. I haven't actually seen how much it costs. Here, let's see. We'll go to Zenmon. Zenmon. Another 200. Sean Paul and Sasha. I need Hex Cult members to pump my bag so I can keep dumping them all summer. Now my Hex mints come out in 2030, so I got 5 more years for before I get my Hex mints. Fuck. They all have big payday on them too. That's what I mean though. There was so much manipulation in Hex. Zen is nothing like that. Hex was supposed to be like EOS. That's what it mimicked. It mimicked EOS, and all of the fanboys that missed out on EOS, they jumped into Hex. And then they just decided to push that shit because it was all they had. And Richard Hart was like, oh, it's like, oh, that guy's a leader. Follow him. What is it? Damn, 513 days? Jesus. Damn, still 400 wallets being made? 400,000 wallets a day. That's nuts. And yeah, 128. So you get 1 million. So you get 1 million in a max mint. See, this is the thing about XEN is it costs 12 cents for a round trip. So technically 1 million should be 12 cents. That's what I would like to see Optimism do. I would love to see this one be the first one to pair minting, because that's what every chain should be trying to reach for, is to pair your minting. That's your physics of the chain. On Optimism, if they have or suffer from low gas, that's the base. So then you should theoretically be comfortable with pumping it so that 1 million equals 12 cents. Because that's the round trip 500 days. So I would love to see the psychological barrier be broken with Optimism. That would be one of the first ones. What does 12 cents get me at XEN? God damn, it's just kind of going up right now. 14%. God damn. The big difference in Hex is there's an OA. For real. Well, yeah, that's one too. I mean, that's the biggest one. Derivatives don't mean copy and paste. I mean, you can think of it like that, but that's why I'm saying that the derivative of Hex still, it doesn't make a psychological connection. It's more of a relation. It's got relations, but it's not a derivative because it has zero practice. Most derivatives practice fundamentals from the beginning, or the thing it's deriving from, right? It's like you want to keep parallel to what you're deriving from. So it doesn't have to be copy and paste, but it does need to copy and paste what it's deriving from. And if it doesn't have any connection in that, that's why I'm like, yeah, that is not the same. Like, there is nothing in Zen that derives from Hex. The only thing Jack has ever gave a hexagon, that I always say hug a hexagon, is staking. Because Zen was just going to be based on the physics of ETH, and not allow people to stake it. It was just going to be a coin. But hexagons were telling Jack, you should do a staking concept, and then he integrated it into Zen. So yeah, that'd be like the only thing that derived from Hex based on word of mouth, and it's still not the same because it doesn't have penalties. So it has the idea, but it doesn't have the same DNA at all. How's the volume in PZen? PZen volume's looking good though. But yeah, so OPZen, hold on, I want to see what it's like for 12 cents. Oops. So you can get 16 million right now for 12 cents. So for $1, you can get 183 million. So I guess like to get this much, yeah, it would be cheaper for you to mint or to buy still than to mint it for 500 days. Because the thing about it is it's about we get to the part in Zen. This is another thing XEN should be massaging. No one's talking about it because Crypto Bread doesn't have his mind on it. But like, if I was really massaging OPs, then another thing that no one is really talking about is how much it costs to make or replicate the dollar, right? So technically, for this to be $1, this is gonna go all the way up to here, and this would move up. So mining your dollar on Optimism is still cheaper right now. Like minting it, it'd be cheaper than buying it. So there's still some weirdness going on here. Like, you want people to match this up so that it all makes sense, but it's actually cheaper if you do it that way, right? You see 138. So since it's 138 there, technically this, I guess, gas would need to go up, huh? 0.02. Well, I guess not, because that's not going to push this up. The only way to push up that price, that number, is to do more users or more days. And the only way to get more days is to get more users. So I guess more users will come first. So if we had like 600,000 users show up, it still didn't move it much. Yeah, so it's still very undervalued in the mint aspect. Yeah, if you're minting it, you're definitely making money at the end. LOL, no one's making new mints on OP. There's just a remint feature on CoinTools. That's a new mint though, bro. If you're reminting, you're making a new mint, because you're starting from zero, even though you already own the wallet. You know, it's not like you get to advance 500 days because you're reminting, you know. But that's what I'm getting at, is that XEN is undervalued. You can see that too on if you go here. That's why I like XenPub. Because on XenPub you can go to the global rank, hit the data one, and you can see it. There's still people making. On the 12th, there was over 600 G ranks made. On the 8th, there was over 314,000. So people are still blowing up XEN like crazy, because this is not what XEN is like, because the gas fees changed it, because now they're up. It was like 30 cents to mint it, and now it's more expensive. So we're instantly seeing way less people making things, like 120,000 VMU day. Right, the next one after that was on the 28th. Like almost 20 days in between the big ones. Same one right here. 10 days in between the big ones. And that's because the gas fees went up. So you're less likely to see people making XEN all the time. And I'm making it still, you know, I'm still throwing in my 1s and 2s when the gas is right. If I can get it for like $1, I'm down to do $1 a mint, because I think gas is going to go up on base. So I'm okay with spending $1 today. I think, again, it's going to be worth way more than that with the controversy that's coming around the corner. And even right now at these prices with XEN, this is still like an early adopter price. 80,000 fully diluted market cap. You feel me? Like, I think there's only like 5,000 holders. Like, XEN is the big boy pant layer 2, because XEN, the reason why I think a lot of people root for it is because it's diluted. The amp is 0. It's easy for everyone to be like, oh, this is gonna pump, because it doesn't have a lot coming out if it's got buy pressure. But the big boy pants of XEN and the risk you take by going into this one is that there's a lot of ambiguity on which way it can go, but you need the most supply to have the funnest experience. Right, and that's where people are trying to grab their section, because we're at a place where, again, people, they stop minting Zen, and Zen is a constant. Once it stops, disinflationary symptoms are introduced into the reality, right? And this has already been going on, so you need it to stay constant, right? The G rank is the constant. Once it stops going hard, disinflationary symptoms are introduced into the supply on that motherfucking day. On that day. So CBZen has 5.7 thousand holders. And what we can see is that, again, someone looks like they set up their own contract. Finally, it's someone with their own contract. Been waiting to see this one. How much did they spend on gas? 35 cents. Let's see how much it cost them to start. This one's a small one, though. $123 days ago. 32 cents to start it. 32 cents to end it. And what did they net on this? $178 million CBZen, which is worth. See, this is the common thesis in Zen. Maybe I can make money in 200 days. I think that's a really dumb way to approach this. Yeah, this person lost money. Doofus. He ain't had the cape on. He didn't have the cape on. But yeah, this person has to hopefully figure it out. But yeah, they lost on that one because it was 35 cents to make it, or 35 cents to mint it, and 35 cents to make it. Yeah, 32 cents to make it, or 23 at the time of the transaction. So 23, 32, 5, yeah, 54 cents, and they've only generated 24 cents. So the gas fees cost more to make the Zen, and now they're at a loss on base. Because 200 days ago it was a lot different. What day? What was 200 days ago on this? September 14th. So they made this mint right here at the top. Damn. I guess it worked out for them. At least they didn't buy Zen. So they would have had they would have lost all of it. It would have went to zero if they bought it. Since they minted it, they'd still get at least, half the value of their mint. But that's because they didn't go long enough. If they would have added an extra 200 days to that 200 days, then they might have recouped on that 50 cents that they would have spent. And that's what's cool about Zen. That's why the supply is very dynamic. And that speculation is what is on all chains. All chains live through that. I'm not diving in on the other ones. I like base chain. And I think that was I've been a promoter of that. If you're really getting into the Zen world, find your favorite chain, latch on, understand the chain that it's on. That's the beauty. You can understand the smart contracts on the chain that it's on. That's why I like base, because it's ETH. I'm comfortable with Ethereum. And just let it rip. Let it rip, This is normal, man. Even on base, there's people clearly spending more on minting than they are, they're in the negative when they should have totally did it a different way. This is an interesting contract, though. Cost them 17 cents to deploy it. I'm curious. I might want to build my own for base too. My own little contract. Similar contracts. Can't find nothing. But yeah, they probably took the Coin Tools one and dropped it, because Coin Tools doesn't support base because it costs more in gas. And that's might have what happened to this person. The smartest way to make a Zen or to mine on base is through XeNFT. You see here on the XeNFT, it's $2.01, or it's 54 cents. But on the vanilla, it's 70 cents. Right? And that's just simply because of that theory that you know, like it's got to roll back those contract calls to ETH, and that costs extra money. But on this one, it's one NFT, so it doesn't have 154. Yeah, it'd actually be something like this. It'd be 154. Which has 7 cents. Here is 60 cents. Okay. Cool little things. What's up, Ash? He says Ethereum is my network. As it should. I mean, that's what I think. I think ETH is a great place to be. But I understand, again, like people think Zen, you know, comes from Hex. So that's why there's a lot of people from Pulse Chain. People also think it comes from Binance. And I think that's why we see a lot of Phantom and Moon or Polygon users. But again, I'm pro Ethereum, baby. That's where I'm at with it. And I think, again, ETH, Zen, you can't go wrong. Fuck all the other coins. That's where you learn how Zen could be awesome in a social atmosphere. Right. But again, the end game is ETH, Zen, and X1 chain. So this is probably where you want to, again, bring your attention. Make sure you got a position in this. Right. And the bottom might be in again. Because that was an attempt right here. This 12th dump in the middle of the night, bro, that was an attempt to ruin us. And we picked up the steam, said, no. That gas on ETH be ducking with me. That's what it's supposed to do, bro. It's the physics, bro. The physics. Hey, nothing in this video was for financial purposes or anything like that. This is just your boy Crypto Bro, and I'll be on the chain with it. I'll catch you next time. Peace.